Then, welcome to the circle where the real ones talk. From the court to the streets, yeah, we set the spark. Game on, lights up, yeah, it's time to go. Play a circle, top that top. Play a circle, non-stop.
What's going on, family? Welcome back. It's the Playaz Circle. We was just talking about it off air. It's already episode 7, man. I can't believe it. I have so much gratitude going into it. I want to shout out AR Studios, our men behind the camera producing. It's been a phenomenal experience getting to this point. We have to have gratitude in our life. It's so big. It is so important to be able to understand that we are living in current blessings. I told y'all from episode 1, this is something I always had on my mind. It was always in my heart, but I never understood how I was going to do it. I'm the type of person, I'm not going to do something unless I could do it in the best quality, the best way, exactly how I want to do it. And you know what? Another answered prayer. The way that it all comes together, the way that we're able to help people and come together as one is solely beautiful. And I want to say there's no Playaz Circle, there's no Zay LeBlanc without AR Studios. And we're going to forever be locked in, forever be elevating this thing, man. I'm excited for the future to come. Let's dive into episode 7. We have the NBA playoffs that are kicking off right now, and man, it's been hot. Let's step into the kitchen and talk about it. Rockets versus the Lakers. Man, what the man? I can't believe the fact that Rockets are down 0-2 right now. Lakers are up. Now, I give it to them. It was 2 tough games on the road. Game 1, the Lakers won 107-98. Game 2, Lakers win 101-94. Now, it was very key to me, the way that I'm watching these games and trying to understand. Notice one thing. Both games, the Lakers were in 100 points. They broke the 100 seal. Both games, they kept the Rockets under 100 points. It's very important, especially in the NBA, how fast-paced it is, especially with these two teams and the playing styles. It really makes a difference. Rockets are now heading home to Houston, facing a must-win Game 3. Let's talk about the Lakers for a second. 41 years old. I talk about Kevin Durant all the time, how he's 37. This man is 41 years old, and LeBron James has put the big MCM backpack on to carry the Lakers. Game 2, LeBron had 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, doing it all. Game 1, he had 19 points, 13 assists, and 8 rebounds. Let's just stop for a second. We have to really appreciate greatness. At 41 years old, everybody had an opinion about how he's washed, how this was his last year. He can't play without good players. I mean, we're on the brink of really talking about Houston getting sent home in a possible sweep. I hate to say it. Again, we're in the best city ever in America, but we have to face the facts and be real about this. This is crazy, and it's alarming right now. Another player that stepped up, that played for LeBron's AAU team when he was younger, Luke Kennard, is now his teammate in the playoffs, had 27 points, a huge X factor for the Lakers. Marcus Smart, Game 2, had 25 points with 5 3-pointers. Takeaway is the Lakers are getting big production from the role players, plus LeBron is running everything right now. With a real leader, with somebody that can orchestrate an offense and keep a team together, I think the Lakers have a chance. The Rockets, Kevin Durant, Game 2. Again, Kevin Durant didn't play Game 1. He was injured. Whatever the case may happen, they say he got injured in practice, which is crazy. He came out and had 23 points. But something we have to emphasize on KD. KD, I need you to pay attention, man. We got to lock in. 9 turnovers. You cannot have 9 turnovers in any game, but especially in the NBA playoff game that you need to win and not go down 0-2. You can't have 9 turnovers. But it is a credit. And we have to acknowledge the Lakers' game plan and their defensive schemes. It's very important in trying to win these big games. Alfred Sengun, Game 2, had 20 points and 11 rebounds. Amen Thompson, 16 points, but was very inefficient. A takeaway for the Rockets. The talent is there, but efficiency plus turnovers is killing Houston. That's something that they have to change going into Game 3, a must-win in Houston. They have to be more efficient, and they have to take care of the ball and not turn the ball over. Lakers defense is the biggest story of this series right now. The Rockets are shooting 37-40% from the field and 25-33% from three-point. Lakers are forcing high turnovers. Again, Durant had 9. Lakers are dictating the series defensively. Game 2, Lakers shot 54% from 3, which is amazing. Over half of the threes are going, but they held the Rockets to 25% from 3. It's a tell of the series. It's a tell of the game. It's a tell of why they're winning. The fact that you're shooting under 25% from three while the Lakers are shooting 54%, it dictates the game. It really makes a difference. They're outscoring you by a bunch. Big factors deciding this series. Number one is the turnovers, like I said. The Rockets have to stop playing sloppy and get it together, and the Lakers are capitalizing off of every turnover that they have. Injuries are very, very important, and it's something that's alarming, like I said, to me, and I think to everybody that supports the Houston Rockets. The Lakers are up 2-0, and they don't have Luka Doncic, Western Conference Player of the Month from March, an NBA scoring champ who averaged 33.5 points per game. You're missing somebody that carried the league in points, that averages 30-plus points a game, and we can't get a win in the first two games is very, very concerning. Austin Reeves, another bucket getter. They calling him White Michael Jordan sometimes because he is out here doing it. Both players have been out. Nobody's contributed to this series yet, and yet LeBron is still able to win at the high level. Rockets, again, missed Cade in game one. I don't know if he was 100% for game two, but there's no excuse. I was always told growing up when I played this sport, when you step inside those lines, you have to play. Nobody cares about your feelings, your mental health, how you feel. If you're on that court, you have to compete and give your all, so there's no excuse. Lakers still up 2-0, and we have to figure out what we're going to do. What this series is really showing between these two teams, Lakers are winning with defense, with discipline, and with veteran control. Rockets are losing because of turnovers, poor shooting, and lack of execution throughout the whole game plan. They have to get better, and they have to figure it out. Let's turn it to the Thunder and Sun series. Now, this is something that, looking at the matchup, looking how the seeding, came out at the end of the season, we have to remember sometimes the Thunder are NBA reigning champs. They dominated the entire league last year. They showed another dominating year this year. I don't think they're going to slow down. I think they have all the momentum. Everybody is pretty much healthy for the most part, and I don't know if the Suns can compete. I think it's going to get ugly very fast. Again, the Thunder won back-to-back playoff openers by 30 points. The Suns were outscored 34-2. 1-2. 3-1. 2 points on turnovers in game one. Again, how do you win a game, or how do you get momentum or feel like you can win a series when that is a real stat that happened in game time? Let's talk about a series snapshot. Thunder lead 1-0. Game one, OKC won 119-84. A complete blowout. A ass whooping for real. If we being honest, Thunder's the number one seed, again, plus the defending champs. Key team stats. Thunder dominance, 119 points per game versus Suns. Suns are averaging around 112 points. 48% field goals versus Suns, 46%. Again, they're all close. Plus 34 points off of turnovers is unacceptable, and they forced 17 to 19 turnovers in one half. Suns shot just 34% from the field. In translation, OKC is winning with defense and pressure. Now, it's arguably, we can argue the fact that OKC has the best defensive team in the league. Granted, defense wins champions. It's been there the whole time. It's been talked about throughout all of sports history. Defense wins championships, and they're showing it. But the fact that they can have defense and mix it with some firepower on offense is very, very alarming and very, very showing of why it's going the way it is. Let's continue to dive into the key player stats. Thunder have arguably the best in a decade, but the best current NBA player right now. He just won NBA Clutch Player of the Year, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He had 25 points in game one. He had 7 assists to go with the 25 points with 0 turnovers. When you have a leader that leads by example, that is somebody that's efficient every night, like we just talked about in the other series with the Rockets are struggling with, the Thunder don't struggle with that, and that's why they get the results day in and day out. Jalen Williams, fresh off an injury back this season, had 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Chet Holmgren, 16 points, but elite rim protection. Chet Holmgren has been playing out of his body lately. If this core group of guys for OKC can stay healthy with a Lou Dort, with a Caruso coming in, with your boy the TikTok dancer doing what he's supposed to do, I think OKC has a real chance to be back-to-back champs in this league. They have balanced attack and elite efficiency all around. Now the Suns, Devin Booker, 23 points. Jalen Green, 17 points. Dylan Brooks, 18 points. Although they're even out, everybody had a pretty good game. The scoring is there, but they're very inefficient. They have no control. Again, my prediction for this series, I think OKC is going to go 4-0. I think it's going to be a sweep, and they're going to be getting ready for the next round. But we must stay tuned to see. Going into the Spurs and the Trailblazers. Now, this is one of my favorite series that's going on. Might not be popular, but it's very, very interesting to me. Series is tied 1-1. Spurs won game 1, 101-98. Very dominant performance. Game 2, Blazers won 106-103 in a comeback win. Key players for both of these games. Victor Wembanyama, game 1, 35 points. Franchise playoff debut record. 35 points in his first playoff game ever. Wemby gets a lot of love on this show. But God, dog, why Wemby couldn't be with the Rockets right now? Like, why? KD and Wemby would be beautiful. Let me not cry. I would get emotional about this. Game 2 before his injury, 5 points in limited minutes, and he left early with his concussion. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see the concussion or see the replay. I only watched it about 2 or 3 times. It made my stomach hurt. But the fact that he fell, chin first on the ground, wasn't able to brace himself, head bounced off the floor about 2 or 3 times, I don't know how it's looking for him. I don't know if he's going to get back, and if he is healthy, if the Spurs can handle business and figure out a way to get ahead in this series, I don't think they bring him back this series. I think you save him for the longevity of the playoffs. The playoffs, people don't understand, can go seven games every series. It's a league, and it's a time of the year where you have to have depth. You can't have 5 players. You can't have 6 players. You have to have a real rotation. And they're about to play guys that's playing their best basketball at the best time of the year. I hope Wemby gets better. Wemby stay healthy, but he has to get healthy for the rest of the playoff series so they can figure it out. One thing about the Spurs is they have depth, so they need to be able to depend on it and get things figured out while Wemby's out and trying to recover. Stephon Castle, one of my favorite players in the league, 18 points. Spurs rely heavily on Wemby's impact, so they're about to have a true testament. They're about to show what they're made of without him on the floor. Blazers, Scoot Henderson, game 2. A key factor why they won, 31 points. Series-changing performance. Then he been doing this thing. Game 1 had 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. If these 2 guys can get going, the Spurs are in trouble. The best thing happened for the Blazers. Worst thing for the Spurs, but best thing for the Blazers when Wemby gets hurt. You take away a key rim protector. I think this changes the series. The Blazers have momentum. They won game 2. Wemby got hurt. They figured it out. The Spurs have to go back to the drawing board and figure something out to be able to bounce back. Blazers young guards are really stepping up big, and it's going to determine the series. Key team stats. Spurs game 1 rebounding edge was 45-38. Spurs season profile 119 points per game, which is top tier offense, and they have a plus 8.3 scoring margin. Everything's there, but all those stats consist of Victor Wembanyama being in the lineup. If he's not, it's going to be something that is really, really alarming. Wemby's injury, they say, is pending, but it was confirmed this morning that he does have a serious concussion. So, again, we have to wait and get more news and see when he plans on returning. But it is the biggest variable of this series. Let's talk about Wemby stats for a second. Wemby is the first ever unanimous defensive player of the year. Wemby joins Michael Jordan and David Robinson as the only players to win Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. This is the one that got me right here, y'all. Youngest player in the league to ever win Defensive Player of the Year. I think Wemby has a chance to set records and stats that will never, ever, ever be touched in the NBA league again. To be able to do some of this stuff as efficient as he's doing it, as consistent as he's doing it, I don't see nobody being able to catch Wemby in the near future, especially if he stays healthy and has a long career. Late game execution. Spurs had a donut. 0 field goals in the last 3 minutes and 37 seconds of the game. It was a complete game 2 collapse. The Blazers had a clutch finish and had a lot of momentum on their side. Depth versus momentum. Spurs, deep roster, played 13 guys in game 1. Blazers are riding hot hands in their energy. It tells the series. Quick truth. Spurs are very, very much more talented and structured, but Blazers are very dangerous if Wemby is limited. This series now is wide open and dependent on injuries and key players stepping up and doing their job. It's going to be the tell of the series. This is, again, why this is one of the most interesting, but also one of my most favorite series, is because it can go any way right now. 1-1, no Wemby. Blazers have momentum. Let's see how it rolls out and how it finishes. 76ers versus the Celtics has been, man, I ain't got my lighter on me, but heat, fire. Again, another series that's 1-1. Game 1, Celtics won 123-91. It was a complete blowout. I thought the 76ers were ready to bring it home and tap out. But Game 2 surprised me. Game 2, 76ers won 111-97. An amazing bounce-back win to even the series. For the Celtics, Jason Tatum, Game 1, had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. I have to say again, I talked about it, I believe, last episode. The fact that Tatum came back from one of the most serious injuries in sports, to be able to come back at a time of the year where they had to win. Celtics played their best basketball with him returning, and now they're carrying it over to the playoffs to be serious contenders with him playing at his highest level. I think people need to watch out for the Celtics, man. They have a chance to really put it together. Jaylen Brown, 26 points in Game 1, 36 points in Game 2. This is another duo that can get going very quickly. Jaylen Brown has gone the whole year without Jason Tatum figuring out how to be the man. So I think it helps. Jason Tatum, of course, is the man in Boston, but the fact that you have two guys that have that mentality, two guys that can have a chance to get going, and a chance for two guys to get rolling at the same time is very keen for them right now. Stars producing, but inconsistent team shooting in Game 2. Boston has to still have a supporting cast with these two guys. No two guys can win a game by themselves. 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, Game 2, 29 points plus clutch fourth quarter scoring. VJ Edgecombe, 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 threes in Game 2. Paul George had 19 points in Game 2. This is another group of guys that can really figure it out and get going, but it's based on how good their production can be. Guard play flipped the series completely, and it's going to be a telltale sign of what they're going to do and how they're going to figure it out. Game 1, Celtics dominated. Celtics had 50% from the field with 16 threes. Very much unheard of. Sixers had 39% from the field, but they shot 4 of 23 from the three-point land. Again, there's no way on God's green earth that you can win a playoff game shooting that terrible from 3. Game 2, Sixers responded. Sixers 19 threes, hot shooting, 50% from the 3 early. Celtics had 39% field goal, poor three-point efficiency. You can see from Game 1 to Game 2, complete opposite. Completely flipped. Game plan worked how it was supposed to. Big factors in this series. Three-point shooting equals series swing. Celtics had a dominant performance in Game 1. Game 2, Sixers had the dominant performance. No Joel Embiid, again, is very keen for this series. Sixers missing their best player. It's a huge impact. Joel Embiid in any series makes a difference, but the fact he had an inconsistent year and is not playing in the playoffs, very alarming for 76ers, but is working out for the other squad. Celtics had a very sloppy Game 2, but the Sixers locked in defensively. If the Celtics can continue to be a deeper team and continue to be a more complete roster, I think they have a chance to really figure this thing out. The Sixers are dangerous because if their guards stay hot, they have a chance to make a real run in the playoffs. This series is now about shooting consistency and Embiid status. I'm telling you, it's going to be a bat signal, and if Embiid can show up, it's going to be determining how this thing goes here. We'll be back after this one. After our commercial break, we'll be tapped in. We appreciate y'all. Playaz Circle always here. Tap back in for the rest of the NBA playoff series. Hey, welcome back, Playaz Circle family. We about to dive back into the last 4 games that we have, last 4 series. Orlando versus Detroit has been a movie. Box office cinema. Magic lead 1-0. I'm just as surprised as you are. I was not expecting Magic to get a win over Detroit. Game 1, Magic won 112-101. Very much an upset. Number 8 seed Orlando stole home court versus number 1 seed Detroit. You have number 1 versus number 8. It's not supposed to go like how it did in Game 1, and it did. Box office. Game 1 shooting. Magic shot 49% from the field. Pistons shot 40%. Season comparison. Now let's take a second and really break this down. The Pistons, 117 points per game, 49% from the field. Magic, 115 points per game, 46% from the field. Detroit is more efficient overall, but didn't show it in game one. You can see right then and there, the numbers aren't that big of a gap. If you do not put NBA teams away and let them hang around, they have a chance to really make a difference and impact and affect the outcome of the game. You have to put guys away, no matter if they the number 8 seed, number 32 seed, number 1 seed. You got to put guys away while you have a chance. For the Magic, Paolo Banchero had 23 points in the game one. He's a complete leader for them. Franz Wagner, strong fourth quarter scoring. He had 19 points total. They have balanced scoring, balanced leaders, and they controlled the entire game the whole time. For the Pistons, Cade Cunningham had 39 points in an elite performance. He showed up, but had no team support. It's very, again, I cannot emphasize it enough. In these playoffs, you have to have depth. You have to have a team leader, and you have to have guys that can support that and step up in big moments. Big factors, defense. Pistons shot just 40% from the field. Got locked up. Control. Magic never trailed in game one, ever. 3-point shooting issue. Detroit, weak perimeter shooting all year. Less than 35% from the three. Turnaround factor. Pistons are the number 1 seed. They did have 60 wins. Magic is a play-in team, but they have underdog momentum right now. Magic is very confident. They're disciplined, and they're playing free with nothing to lose. The Pistons are more talented for sure, but underperformed in game one. Can they make the adjustment? Can they figure it out to even the series? The series will depend on Detroit supporting Cade and Orlando maintaining defensive pressure and momentum right now that they do have. So this is another interesting series. I'm ready to see how it goes. I believe Cade is going to have some more outstanding performances, but only time will tell with this series. New York versus Atlanta has been something that's been crazy too. Atlanta, since trading Trae Young, since getting rid of some of these guys, to me they look better. New York is New York, and forever be New York. Series snapshot for a second. Series tie 1-1. They're going at it. Game one, Knicks 113-102. Game two, the Hawks stole in a comeback win, 107-106, 1-point dub. Hawks stole momentum plus home court. Makes a huge difference in these type of series. Key players for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, game one, had 28 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 25 points. Game two, Jalen Brunson was right there again, strong again, being himself with 29 points. Knicks starts producing consistently. It's going to be a tell sign for them to be able to win, not just in this series, but to continue to win as the playoffs continue. The Hawks, C.J. McCollum, game two, 32 points in the clutch takeover. It was so funny. They were talking about how C.J. McCollum is the villain to New York, and he showed up, and how do you feel about playing the villain role? That boy C.J. McCollum stopped them and looked at him and said, man, I ain't no villain. I'm a husband that plays basketball with 2 kids. Not playing with them boys out there dropping 30 balls left and right. It's just, it's so funny seeing these guys express themselves and seeing just their personality. It's hilarious how they try to paint them and how they just Euro step around them. It's hilarious. Jalen Johnson, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. He's been all-around impact. He's one of the most, I feel like, diverse players because he plays defense as well. But he contributes and puts numbers in every stat box. He's somebody that really shows up and determines games, man. I love Jalen Johnson the way he has an impact for them. Hawks rely on guard shot making plus their versatility. Tells the sign for them. Key team stats. Series averages. Hawks, 118 points per game. The Knicks, 116 points per game. Rebounding, the Knicks have the edge, 45.6 rebounds per game over the 43. Assists, Hawks have the edge, 30-27. The Knicks are very physical. The Knicks, especially playing in Madison Square Garden, are going to give you a run for your money. Hawks have more fluid offense, but can they win on the road? Can the Hawks figure out a way and figure out an identity to really put the Knicks away? If the Hawks can put the Knicks away, I might stop watching basketball, if I'm being honest with you. Clutch performance swing. Knicks blew a 12-point fourth quarter lead in game two. Unacceptable. Fourth quarter struggles. Knicks shooting collapse plus the turnovers late determined why they lost that game. Bench impact. Hawks bench sparked the comeback. Energy plus scoring. Hawks have swag. We have to remember they are in the A. They is from Atlanta. They is going to come up, and show out and do what they do. The Knicks are a stronger, more physical, better rebounding team. But the Hawks are more explosive and they're better in late game scoring. CJ McCollum and some of the guys that they have. The series is going to come down to clutch execution and momentum swings late in the games. If the Knicks want to win this, they have to control it, and they have to do what I just told you a little while ago. Put teams away. They have to put the Hawks away. If you let the Hawks stay around, they're going to find momentum, and they're going to have that offensive firepower to really, give the Knicks a run for their money. Cleveland versus Toronto is a series snapshot. Let's talk about it. Cavaliers are up 2-0. Game 1, Cavs win by 10, 115-105. Game 2, Cavs 112-104. Cleveland are in full control early, and they're looking like they're about to put these dudes away. Key player stats, Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, Brewster alumni. Game 1, 30-plus points. Game 2, 28 points. He is the best scorer, and he is a clutch closer in series. He's showing why he get paid the big bucks. Darius Garland, 22 points plus strong playmaking in both games. Evan Mobley, 18 points, elite defense, and rebounding presence unlike no other. Cleveland has a three-headed offensive balance, a three-headed monster that I think nobody wants to see. Cavaliers can continue the momentum. It's going to be very hard for guys to slow them down. The Raptors, Scotty Barnes, Game 1 had 24 points. Game 2, 22 points and played an all-around game. R.J. Barrett, 18 to 20 points in each game. Emmanuel Quickley, inconsistent scoring impact. Emmanuel Quickley is somebody that just doesn't do it for me, but I believe he's somebody that can orchestrate the offense and get these guys going. Toronto is competing, but they have no true takeover score. I don't see R.J. Barrett, Scotty Barnes, or Emmanuel Quickley being able to win you a series on the offensive end. Through 2 games, the field goal percentage, Cavs are shooting 50% from the field. Raptors are shooting 44%. 3-point shooting, Cavs clearly are more efficient. Raptors have higher turnovers, and it's hurting them because they have less positions to be able to put the ball in the rim. Rebounding, slight Cavs edge. Mobley is making a real impact for them. Mitchell is unanimous best player in the series. Cavs half-court offense is killing the Raptors. Toronto is struggling to score late, and Cleveland defense is controlling the pace. If the Cavs can continue to be an efficient, controlled, and deeper offense, the Raptors are in trouble. The Raptors are athletic, but inconsistent, and again, have no closer. Unless Toronto improves shooting, this could get out of hand very quickly, and they could be packing them bags on the way to Cancun. Last but not least, one of my favorite, one of the most entertaining, and one of the series that's going to truly give us a run for our money is the Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. How the hell did they meet in the first round of the playoffs, man? It is crazy. Series is tied 1-1 like we expect. Game 1, Nuggets won 116-105. Game 2, Timberwolves won 119-114 in an amazing comeback win. For the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, Game 1 had 25 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. He's been a walking triple-double the whole year. Real joker in your dick. Jamal Murray, Game 1, 30 points, 16 of 16 from the line. Almost over half of his points came from free throw line. Elite star duo carried in Game 1. Timberwolves, Game 2, AE, 30 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. Julius Randle, 24 points, 9 rebounds. Dante DiVincenzo, 16 points with a key clutch 3 to put them away at the end. Balanced scoring flip Game 2, and I think if they can figure out a way to be able to balance this and have swag and get going, Anthony Edwards is going to give them the spark they need to win this series. Game 1, Nuggets free throw advantage, 30-14 from the free throw line. Nuggets big third quarter run decided the game. But when we talk about Game 2, Wolves come back, big win, down late, did what they needed to do to come back. The emphasis on Game 2 was the defense on Jokic. It was amazing. Held them to 1-8 shooting in key matchup, and I have to credit that to Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is looking like the defensive player of the year 4-time, running and raining. He's out here giving Nikola Jokic a run for his money, I wasn't expecting it, but he's showing up and doing what he's supposed to do. The Jokic versus Gobert matchup. Game 1, Jokic killed. Game 2, and Edwards must have did Dan Hurley to that boy. Got up in his grill and told him about himself. And that was the reason they were able to figure it out and get it done. Gobert slowed him down completely in Game 2. Free throws was huge. Nuggets huge edge in Game 1, but it was very neutralized in Game 2. Momentum swings. Nuggets have big runs, but if the Timberwolves can figure out how to slow them down and take that momentum away, they're going to be in trouble. The Wolves are resilient, and they have a chance to always be in the game and always make a late run with comebacks. The Nuggets are the more efficient plus the most experienced team, but the Wolves are more physical and they have a defensive upside and they have swag about them. This is shaping into one of the most competitive series in the playoffs. And like Anthony Edwards said in his press conference with his shades on, right now he beating shit with Gobert not in the game. He's trying to block everything. He's trying to be a huge impact for the Wolves on defensive end, and we know he's going to get his on the offensive end. If Anthony Edwards can step up and be the player that everybody thinks he is, the player that we continue to talk about how he's been shaping into this year, this is a chance for Anthony Edwards to step up and show he's the face of the league. Getting Jokic and getting Murray out the way early, getting some guys that's really been competing at a high level out of the way in the first series of the playoffs is going to say a lot and determine a lot for his career. It's been amazing, man. Let's talk about some of the top player stats so far in the playoffs. Scoring-wise, Cade Cunningham is averaging 39 points per game. He's leading all players. Donovan Mitchell, 31 points per game. Jaylen Brown, 31 points per game. And Jamal Murray at 30 points per game himself. Now let's pay attention to Jamal Murray and Jokic for a second. Cade is on a superstar playoff run right now. Almost 40 a game is elite tier. Guards are dominating the scoring early, and it's not the bigs. Wasn't expecting it, but it's showing the NBA has elite guard play right now. Playmaking, assists per game. LeBron is averaging 10 assists per game. Drew Holiday is averaging 10 assists per game. Nikola Jokic at 9.5, and Tyrese Maxey at 8.5. Takeaway is LeBron is still controlling the game at a high level with 21 years and counting. Is just amazing. It's just so elite. Jokic is basically a point center running offense. Again, like I told you, pay attention to Jokic and Murray. They're leading. They're leading by example. They're leading in elite gameplay. They're leading in points and assists right now. Timberwolves had to slow that down, man. You have to figure it out. Rebounding leaders. Again, Nikola Jokic, 14 rebounds per game. Josh Hart at 13.5 rebounds per game, and Jason Tatum at 12.5. Josh Hart has been doing it for the last few years on rebounding and just out-competing people. Jason Tatum, again, coming off that injury is very, very interesting, and I expect nothing less from Nikola Jokic. Jokic is the most complete player in the playoffs, from points to rebounds to making the right pass and having assists. Josh Hart is doing elite role-playing, dirty work right now, and if he can be a key factor for New York and winning some games, they have a chance to make a run with it. Let's talk about defensive leaders. In steals, Jalen Williams, 4 steals a game. Marcus Smart at 3 steals per game. 1.5 to 2 steals a game is just very, very amazing. But to do 3 and 4 in the NBA, competing against some of the best offensive players in the world and doing that is simply amazing, man. Blocks, Anthony Edwards, 2.5 blocks per game. He's leading the playoff series right now over all teams. Like he said, beating shit, slapping shit against the glass right now. And he's outdoing Karl Anthony Towns that has 2.3 blocks per game right now. It's telling the series, if Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and the rest of the Timberwolves can get on the same defensive swag, boy, the Nuggets is in the run for their money right now. Takeaway is guards are making defensive impact. It's a rare trend, but it's something that's going on right now. OKC and the Lakers are showing elite perimeter defense. It's showing if you can continue to prioritize defense, you have a chance to win against any team in the world. 3-point impact, Donovan Mitchell is averaging 4 threes a game. Luke Kennard is averaging 4 threes a game. If guys can stay consistent beyond the arc, you have a chance to really pull away in late game situations. Spacing is huge, and the shooters are deciding games right now. Best defensive teams right now are the Los Angeles Lakers and Oklahoma City Thunder. Defense are winning games, and defense are going to continue to win championships like we said. Offensive firepower teams, Boston Celtics have multiple scores, 6+ players contributing and looking like being able to put up double digits every game. Denver Nuggets, elite efficiency through Jokic system with Jamal Murray, with guys that's ready to show up and show out every game. Sad to say, but struggling trends right now. You can see I'm obviously stressed out. The Rockets, turnovers is killing them. I hate to go back to it, but KD, you had 9. Very alarming. Very upsetting for the city. Phoenix Suns, offensive inconsistency versus elite defenses is something that's going to cripple both teams. They have to figure it out. They have to clean it up, and they have to continue to show up and do what they're supposed to do. Let's talk about big picture, what the stats are telling us right now. Number 1, guards are dominating the playoffs. From Cade, Donovan Mitchell, to Tyrese Maxey, to Jamal Murray, all of them are going crazy and showing up and showing out every chance they get. Number 2, Jokic is the most complete player that we've seen in a long time. He's leading in rebounds and near assistant leader. And any night he can pop off and have 25, 30, 35 points and take you home like he's done in the past. Defense over offense so far, Lakers and OKC are setting the tone on how NBA teams need to look on the defensive end. Both teams have chances to really, really get going on the offensive end, but they do it in turn of their defense. Young stars are arriving super fast right now, from Cade Cunningham to Scoot Henderson to Anthony Edwards. They're showing up and showing why they're the future of the NBA and why the NBA is in great hands. I'm so excited to see how this turns out, to continue to cover the playoffs, to continue to be at the best studio with the best show on God's green earth. We'll be back after this commercial with our mental health segment. I love you guys. Episode 7 is Be Liddy. I can't wait to see how these series turns out and how it continues to develop. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Yeah, boy! Playaz Circle family, man, we back straight off a commercial break. Again, at the best studio with the best show in the world. It's time to dive into our mental health segment. I have a quote I want to share with y'all. Something that hold dear to me. Something your boy been pondering on and coming up with, but I want to share with my family. Everything that happens to you in life is a gift. Let's slow down. We're going to dissect this for a second. We got some time today. Everything that happens to you in life is a gift. If you treat it that way, you'll experience it in that way and spend the rest of your life unwrapping presents. In the present, we have to continue to understand things work for us. Things happen for us, not to us, not against us, not to tear us down and keep us in a space where we're not supposed to evolve and develop and grow. Everything in life that's happening, whether it's negative, whether it sets you back, whether it frustrates you, if you look at it with the right perspective and the right lens, it will help you propel. They have the meaning where it says in the slingshot, you have to be pulled back to a certain extent to be propelled as fast as you can forward and bypass everything that's in front of you. So what if all the things that's going wrong in your life that's discouraging you and holding you back is just a setup to put you further ahead than you ever could realize? Let me give you a testament for a second. I'm going to put the phone down with no notes right now. I just got back. I'm fresh off my trip from Chengdu, China. 23 hours traveling from Houston to LA, LA to Beijing, Beijing to Chengdu. I've never been to Chengdu before. I went to China in 2019. But I got a call from the Thailand Titans to play in the Asian tournament, leg 1 in Chengdu. We're looking to qualify. We're looking to be able to continue to play in the Asian tournament. I worked with an amazing GM. I worked with an amazing team, coaching staff, and teammates throughout the whole experience. And we had a game against the Long Lions that we were not supposed to win, that we were losing the entire game. Going into the fourth quarter, only played 2 minutes. Now, I'm a player my whole life that's always been used to playing 30-plus minutes, having the ball in my hands, scoring. This is the first time I've ever experienced not having that. And by halftime, again, this is a mental health segment. I've shared with y'all some of the mental health stuff I've gone through with my grandfather, with getting injured, with breaking my hand. I feel like I haven't had a fair experience to be myself and show what I can do at the pro level. This was a chance that I felt like I was getting to do that. But in this game, playing 2 minutes going into the fourth quarter, I checked out. By halftime, I told myself, I think I'm done playing basketball. I think it's not for me anymore. I think it's something that I've fallen out of love with. God, I just continue to try and it doesn't work out for me. Something in my spirit told me to just hold on. God told me, give me a little while longer. Now, did I know what that meant at that moment? No. But who am I to question that and to go against just the feeling and the understanding I'm having in that moment? Again, from my human perspective, from my personal viewpoint, I'm done. My emotions, my pride, the anger that I'm having in the moment, I'm ready to check out and be done completely with basketball as a sport. Going into the fourth quarter, I get subbed in with 8 minutes left in the game. Somewhere between me not wanting to play anymore and quitting in my mind to checking in that fourth quarter, I had a new aura about myself. I subbed into the game. I didn't get mad. I didn't force a shot. I didn't do nothing outside of being myself in the most purest form ever. I got into the game in the last 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, having zeros across the stat sheet, only playing 2 minutes going into the fourth quarter, finished with 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. A no-look pass. One of the coldest no-look passes I've ever thrown in my life was in that fourth quarter. Let me give you a second. Magic Johnson. I'm talking about behind the head, straight to my boy Coy for the layup, and one to put us in position to be able to be leading in this game. Now, with all this being said, the one thing that showed me that I was exactly where I was supposed to be in that moment came down to the last 7 seconds of that game. We ended up having a possession with the last 7 seconds to get the ball, passed in from the sideline. I stepped into the guy, popped out, caught the ball. Time starts running off the clock. I'm looking at the clock over the goal. 7, 6, 5. I take the dribble to the right. They set a screen. Again, I have a few 5, 6 points at this point. I'm running off the screen. A core that's been killing that has 23, 24 points. Javon, my other teammate that has 24, 25 points, are in the game, setting the screens. I'm coming off the screens. Both my boys like, hey, come on with the rock. Come on with it. Anybody thinks, this guy ain't been playing. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. Get the ball up. But something in that moment, again, going back to the conversation of how I was feeling at halftime, God saying, hold on. When I caught the ball, some way or another, I was already getting emotional and tearing up and feeling all of it going on. Something about it just said, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Either they going to really love me or they really going to hate me. But great players, great individuals are willing to take a challenge on and live with the result. I was going to be able to go to sleep that night no matter what happened when I shot this ball, if it went in or not, that at least I went out with me. If this is the last game I'm going to play, I'm ready to check out of the sport, at least I went out believing in myself. As I turn the corner again from beyond NBA 3, 5, 4, 3, I rose up behind from beyond NBA 3. 2 guys contesting, shooting a great shot for me. And all you could hear the announcers yell the whole time was, nylon! We go up by 2 points with 3 seconds left. They call a timeout. The arena's going crazy. The teammates are going crazy. And all I could do is start just weeping and just giving God thanks. Now, I did my little celebration where I walked back and looked at the camera and pointed at my veins. But more than just copying D'Angelo Russell, it was more of the fact that it's in us. We have to understand what we're doing in life. We have to understand our purpose. God showed me right then and there, he's not done with me and my story. Now, basketball is a vehicle. Basketball is no longer my whole personality and who I am, but it's something that I use to continue to connect with people. It's something that I'm blessed to do, something that I've been great at my whole life. But for the first time in 6 or 7 years, I feel like God finally showed me I was exactly where I needed to be. I was doing exactly what I needed to do at the moment, and I haven't felt like that since my grandfather passed away. So that's where all the emotions came from. I knew hitting that game winner in that moment, not playing into the fourth quarter, that God had an exact plan for me that day, and I was exactly where I needed to be. So with that being said, I share that testimony not to big myself up, but to tell whoever's watching this, whoever stay tuned with us, whoever continues to support the Player Circle, that I'm just like you, that you just like me. It's okay for us to have emotions. It's okay for us to get down on ourselves, but it's not always what happens to us. It's more about how we respond and how we show up when the times get tough. My mom always told me we work best with our back against the wall, and that's a prime example right there. When you continue to believe in yourself, when you continue to believe in the work that you put in, you can only win. You don't lose, you learn. Everything that's happening to you is happening for you. Continue to believe in yourself. Continue to bet on yourself. Continue to grow in every aspect. And I promise when it's all said and done, you're going to have a beautiful picture painted. I love you guys so much. Always here for you. We're at the best studio in the world, with the best host in the world, with the best show in the world. Episode 7 has been beautiful, man. I can't wait to do more and be back with you guys. It's the Player Circle. Isaiah LeBlanc, your host. We signing off today. Love you guys. See y'all on the next episode.
Player Circle. Player Circle. Let's go. Let's go. Welcome to the circle where the real ones talk, from the court to the streets. Yeah, we set the spot. Game on, lights up. Yeah, it's time to go.